everyone, my name's Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thank you for joining me today for Flosstube 97. We're at Flosstube 97, so that's exciting. It is New Year's Day. Happy New Year's. I got a little bubbly from a birthday party, so I thought I would, pop it open. And here I was thinking it was going to be a cork. It's not. It's going to be super sweet though. It's a Moscato. It's not my normal choice. So today we're drinking Barefoot Bubbly California Champagne, which obviously is not champagne because it's not from Champagne, the Champagne region of France. Moscato. So cheers. Happy New Year, everyone. That is very sweet. Thanks for joining me today, like I said, for Flosstube 97. This is the end of the year Flosstube extravaganza for 2022. I had planned on filming this yesterday, but honestly, it took me so long to set everything up that I didn't. So we're day drinking on New Year's Day. I have notes, which is wild. I haven't had notes in ages because what we have for today is stitching for the month of December, because I haven't filmed a Flosstube since December 1st. And I know not everybody watches Flossmasses. So I want to show my stitching. My Stitchy and Crafty gifts that I got for Christmas and my birthday. My yearly goals. I didn't bring my planner, so no yearly goals. My plans and goals for 2023. Some big news. My ExperimAdvent projects, which are the daily mini projects I did throughout the month of December, along with my gifts from the Forbidden Fabrico Advent Calendar. And then we'll end with giveaways, because in each of my Flossmasses, I had a giveaway of a tiny present. Now, because there's so much happening in this video, and I know not everyone's interested in all of it, they're going to be chapters. And the way you access those chapters, if you don't know, is two ways. In the description box, there'll be timestamps with titles. So you can sort of skip to the ones that you're interested in and not watch the ones you're not interested in. You can also see them on the bar at the bottom of the video where you slide across to fast forward. It'll be broken up into chapters and the chapter names will be there, so you can find it that way too. Before we get started though, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me on my crafty and artistic adventures, and welcome back to everyone who's been hanging out with me for however long you've been with me. It has been fantastic to get to know you in the comments here on YouTube and also on Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, you can find me in two places. You can find me at Dr_Christy and the Spoolery. I'll put them right here. And Dr_Christy is my main Flosstube, my main Instagram handle where I post sort of daily stuff. The Spoolery, I keep meaning to post stuff on it, but then other things take precedence, and the Spoolery is kind of mellow right now. It is what it is. But if you're interested in seeing what I'm doing during the week, you can find me on Instagram. This is a channel about embroidery and cross-stitch, other textile crafts, and history, and the history of all those things. So if any of that is interesting to you and you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe and stick around. Let's talk the stitching that I did this month. Now I have a bag of stitching. I'm just going to pull from it because I can't actually see inside it. Oh, so first of all, I have a finish, and this is fun. So as many of you know, I participated in the Cyanotype 8, which is an international cross-stitching contest that is held throughout sort of September, October, November. No, October, November, December, maybe. And it ended on December 26th. And essentially it was a mystery stitch along plus team and individual competitions. And I've been talking about this the whole time. I'm on Team Sips and Stitches that is run by Jessie of Mislaid Pages. I'll link to their YouTube down below. I've been showing you the different things that we've been doing with Stitch Along throughout the fall and into December. So our final thing we had to do was a stitch, and this is my finish. So the top part, if at first you don't succeed, everyone got. And then Stiach gave something like 16 different endings, and a bunch of people charted their own. So I charted my own, and it says, if at first you don't succeed, try reading the syllabus. So that's my finish. We had a 100% completion rate for the team, which is awesome. And we came in 4th place. 4th place! We're so good! So we came in 4th place, which is really exciting. Our team captain, Jesse, got a Judge's Choice Award for their work with our team because, you know, at first we weren't on the board for a few weeks. Like, we weren't even in the top 10 for a few weeks. And then we kind of jumped up to, well, we were kind of 10th, I think. And then with our Knights Who Say Frog, which I'll link down below, video, which was a parody video, we jumped to 7th place. And then because of our 100% completion rate, we jumped to 4th place. So anyway, it was just really exciting. And we're all really excited about next year. Anyway, so that's my finish. And I'm just throwing stuff on the floor, and I'll pause every once in a while to clean it up. I had a birthday restart. My birthday was last Wednesday, I think. The 28th. Whenever the 28th was, that was my birthday. And I did a restart of my cosmic egg, and I'll post a link to the video up here so you can see that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I did an embroidered, mixed media, but mostly embroidered version of this image. It's my favorite medieval image by Hildegard of Bingen. I will post a link to a video about this image up here as well. And I have a very measly but well organized restart that is on my frame. All I did was that little bit in the middle, but I also kind of set it all up. So this is being stitched on a linen fabric that is, it actually isn't even weave, but it's not meant for counted work. It's like, I mean, you could stitch on it, but it's not, it's made for clothing, basically. It is on a frame, and it is 2 layers. This layer is, I believe, an Essex linen, which is a cotton linen blend. So these are on a frame. They're ready to go. I have all of my flosses and stuff. And so that is ready to be stitched on when I am ready to stitch on it. And then the last thing I worked on is my temperature drink shelf. And this is in my books bag, but it has my, well, this was supposed to be a scissors fob, but I like it as a pull from Denise at Black Ribbon Stitch Studio. I love it so much, and it's perfect. It's perfect on this. So this is my temperature drink shelf, and this is what it's going to look like in the end. And my goal was to get everything stitched on it, and at the stroke of midnight, put in my last stitch. I didn't do that. So I have most of my knickknacks done, which is awesome. I need to pull some white because my white is on a spool in here, and this is not where I stitch. So I need to kind of cut some off of my cone and put it on. But I have all the glasses stitched. I just need to put the drinks in. So this is almost done. This is in a 14 count navy Aida 2/1 full cross, called for DMC. And I really like it on the blue. Every time I see it, it just brings me joy to see it on the blue. So that's my other stitching. Well, I guess that's all my like planned stitching. And my hope is to get this finished by the end of the week, because then I can start on my new one, which is exciting. You kind of get used to the sweetness after a while. Okay, next on my list of things to talk about is Stitchy and Crafty gifts. So I've already showed you the gift from my mom, which was a box of her jewelry making supplies that she was sort of de-stashing. She also gave me money. She wanted me to tell you that she also gave me money. It wasn't just her old stuff, which would have also been fine, but she also gave me money. But I got a bunch of other stuff too. So for my birthday, my mom made me a card. She does watercolor. And so she made me this beautiful card. I'll put it in front of, there we go. Now you can see it. Isn't that beautiful? This is an original mom card. So it'll go back here when I can figure out how to mount it. And she got me some tiny scissors. Look at these tiny, tiny scissors. I love them. I love tiny scissors. Okay, let's see if they cut. We have some string. Whew, that's a good cut. So these will go. God, I love tiny scissors. Look how tiny they are. So tiny. Love tiny scissors. So that's what I got from my mom for my birthday. I did get gift cards from my stepmom for my birthday, which I think I've already told you about. I got Michaels and Joann Fabrics, and I want to use that and the money I got from my mom for my birthday to buy a new sewing machine, I think. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Rich is such a good gift buyer. So I'll just show you, well, I'll show you all the things he got. I have them here, and they're fun. They're not all stitchy related, but, and he got me a couple coats also, but I'm going to show you the stitchy related stuff. So first of all, he gave me a really nice squoval hoop. And this is, I'm pretty sure, from needleandthread.com. That's the link I sent him anyway. But this is a really nice one. And I had bought these guys earlier at Joann. They're DMC brand squoval hoops. But at least the big one, which I have not here, the big one's by my stitchy spot, just wasn't very good. So I think this one will be really nice. Like, I see almost no air in between, and it comes with twill tape to tape it to make it tighter. So that's my first gift. You know I love visible mending, so he got me a speed weaver, I think is what it's called. Now, Carrie from Carrie and Stitches also got one of these. So Carrie, you and I may need to Zoom and like figure out how to use it. Let me know. Hit me up. But this is for visible mending, so I can more easily mend things, which is good because I still have to finish mending my jeans, which I'll talk about later. And it came with a whole kit in here. So it came with like a needle and some rubber bands and all sorts of things. He got me a flower press kit. I'm so excited. He got me a flower press so I can press flowers and add them to embroidery. And I just recently found a mixed media embroidery artist on Instagram. If I can find her, I'll put her here, who uses pressed flowers, and her stuff is so cool and so inspiring. So I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited about this. That will be a really fun thing to do. And yes, super excited. And then the last thing he got me is, and this is, get ready for a new craft, everybody. Get ready for a new craft. He got me a bobbin lace making kit. So it has the bobbins and all the materials and the pins and the cookie. So this is apparently called a cookie. And it's just a foam, flat, sort of rounded top foam that you stick your needles into, your pins and stuff into. And I'm so excited. And I've already done a couple. I'll show you my first. I'm following along with the book. So it comes with, let me fix my hair. I just dropped everything. It comes, sorry about the crinkling, but it's all in a bag and I don't want to lose any of it until I can come up with like a system in which to keep it. But it comes with these templates which give you directions in the book. So I did the first two templates. The first one was just a braid. And so it's just a braid. And the second one was basically like learning field stitches. And I messed up a little bit, but for a first time, it's not bad. So these are the things that I've done with my bobbin lace. And as you can see, there are going to be much more complicated laces. And so that's super fun. I've already been on eBay looking at vintage bobbins. And I'm like, no, Christy, you don't even know how you feel about this, this craft yet. But I kind of want vintage and antique bobbins. This is how the spool thing started, everybody. This is how the spool thing started. And now I have 2 drawers full of spools and a business. This is how the spool started. I think that's all the crafty gifts that I got I'm very excited. I have a lot of stuff to play with. It'll be super fun. I'm excited. So I don't have my yearly goals with me because I forgot my journals. We can talk about that another time. I know that I didn't make my goal on my HAED by at least 10,000 stitches. It is what it is. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. It's a big project, and I've never done a big project like that before. So I just accept that it's not going to happen. Everything else, I don't know. I need to look, and we'll see. I don't think I met most of my goals. I think my goals were a bit of a reach anyway, so that's not surprising. So let's talk about plans for 2023. Just in general, I want to make progress on my HAED, right? Because that's my hopefully only multi-year project, right? I don't expect any of my other projects to take that long. I will do a whip parade in a week or two just to like set, see where I am and post where I was at the beginning of my last whip parade in July, I think, and just see where I am. But my hope is that all the projects that I have on the go now are done by the end of the year. That's my goal. My other goal is that this room is cleaned up. This room is a mess. And so I want to reorganize actually quite a lot of stuff. And I've already started filming a video, kind of a progress video of that. I did my before. Well, I did the initial, like, changing this from a living room into a craft space with painting and stuff like that. And then it got a disaster. And so now I'm going to start to reorganize things and make it nice and that kind of stuff. So it'll be almost a two-part like series, right? First is the making it into the craft room, and the second one is the turning it into a more usable and organized craft room. So those are my plans. I don't have a lot of plans. I'm a stitch what I want when I want kind of person. I'm not a part of any challenges. I will be doing temperature birds. That's chaos birds. Those are my plans and goals for 2023. I really don't have many. My plans are finish all the things. I do actually fully finish things too and get them on my wall because I have yet to make I was going to do it over break, but that didn't work. But I have yet to make my sort of full maximalist gallery wall in my dining room yet. So Carrie and Stitches, again, I'll link her down below. She has an amazing cross-stitch wall that she films in front of. If you haven't watched her videos and seen her cross-stitch wall, that is an excellent maximalist gallery cross-stitch wall. Highly recommend. Okay, I have big news. Throughout my time on YouTube, I try to intersperse history into my videos. And I used to do individual history videos, but they take a lot of time to make. And they get not a lot of views. So I kind of stopped making them because the stitching videos are easier, they take less time, and people seem to like them more, right? And while I make this channel for me, I also want to like connect with you, right? And I want to connect with you in a place where you want to be, which is in a stitching video. But I do have people who really like my history content. And to that end, I have started a Patreon. Now, this Patreon is mostly history with some stitching. So if you are interested in my history content, if you want to learn historical information with a little bit of stitching thrown in, this may be the Patreon for you. Think of me as like your friendly neighborhood historian who will like tell you things. I love talking about history. I love having people explore history with me. There are things throughout the week where I'm like, man, I would love to tell people about this. Like if I see something. I've also had people throughout my time on YouTube ask how they could support me on YouTube. And I don't have a buy me a coffee or a Ko-Fi link. I don't have any of that stuff. And it's fine if you do. It just was never something that I thought about doing. And so I thought this way, people, if they wanted to support my channel, could support my channel, and I could like do history at them. So that's the plan. So like I said, there are 4 tiers. The first tier is called Behind the Scenes Supporter, and that's $3 a month. And it's basically just, you want to support my channel in some way, you'll get a discount off of my digital patterns in my Etsy shop, and you'll get a monthly vlog or blog that is like behind the scenes, or like my life, my life not on the internet, which actually a lot of my life is on the internet and social media. So that's the first tier. The second tier is the history buff tier. It's $5 a month, and it's everything from the first tier, plus you'll get a fortnightly history. And it could be a video, it could be a blog, it could be a primary source that I really like, it could be something that we did in my classes, it could be a cool article that I found, that kind of thing. So, and that'll come out fortnightly, and there is already a blog post up. So as soon as you join, you'll get a blog post right away. And then it'll basically be, I think I said at the beginning and middle of the month is when it's going to happen, when I'm going to post those. I'm not giving specific dates because if something comes up in my life and I have to be a day or two late, I don't want anyone to like be upset with me. That's the second tier. The third tier is called History Stitcher, and that is everything from the previous tiers, plus you get a monthly historically themed cross-stitch chart. And these won't have been stitched ahead of time, and they will mostly be based on either historical patterns or historical stitching patterns or historical lace patterns. And there is already one up for you if you're interested in that. And that is $10 a month. And then the final one is $15 a month. And it's the Happy Mail history and Happy Mail. But that one, you get everything from the previous tiers, as well as a little Happy Mail every month. And for the next year, it will be a note card, like a blank note card that you can use, and coordinating stickers. I sent out a bunch of Stitchy Christmas cards this year, and I only sent them out to Stitchy friends. I was sending them other things, and so I made these cards, and I really enjoyed making these cards. And so I'll be making cards and coordinating stickers and sending them out once a month. So if you're interested in joining my Patreon, I would appreciate your support very much. It is not necessary, and nothing about this channel will change at all. In fact, you probably won't even notice, except I might plug it every once in a while if anyone's interested. If I'm doing something that has some historical context, I'll still talk about it in a video. But I might have more context. I might do sort of a deeper dive research on Patreon for patrons. Nothing else will change. Yeah, that's my big news. And I'm really excited. I've been thinking about this for a couple months, kind of thinking about what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. And while it is a Stitchy channel, I am a historian, right? And so that's my first love is history. And I kind of want to share more of that with people. So that's my big news. I hope you'll think about supporting me in that. Let's talk ExperimAdvent. Hashtag ExperimAdvent was my experimental crafting for the month of December. I have some things here, some things I don't have here. I may or may not have pictures. I have my list of things that I did. So first off, I did, so for January 1st, I did a needle felting kit. And this was the needle felting kit that I did. I don't have it out here. And this is how far I got. I was really excited about this. I like needle felting, and this is a really fun project to start the month out with. Next, I framed my Bear and Bees embroidery. And so this is what it looks like now. And that is going to go on my wall. Super excited. On the 3rd, I needle felted a galaxy, which I think goes this way. Maybe it goes this way? I think it might go that way. So that's my needle felted galaxy. And I even painted a hoop to hoop it in. So that isn't going to be an easy finish. So that was the third. On the fourth, I mended jeans, and this is what that looks like. I had these jeans that the holes were huge. They were not supposed to be huge. In the picture, when I bought them, they weren't huge. They were huge, and my whole leg would go through them when I put them on. I could not wear them. Now I love them. They're like my favorite jeans. I love them. They make me happy. So that was the fourth. The fifth was organic stitching on flower fabric. I printed some flowers on this fabric a year and a half ago with a hammer. So basically I took flowers, placed them where I wanted them, smashed them to death with a hammer. And this is what it looks like a year and a half later. And I decided to do some organic stitching. Now, I love the idea of this, but I only used one strand and you can't see it. So I went for subtle, but this is too subtle. So I'm going to rip this out and redo it with 3 strands. And I'll show you why, because I did some other organic stitching with 3 strands and I really liked it. So this was the fifth. The sixth was working on my Bayou Tapestry scarf. And here is my little archer. You can hardly see him because most of him is in white, but this is what he's going to look like when he's done. And I'm going to put more arches on here too. So that's a start on that. And I had hoped to have this further along, but I don't. I did not have a lot of good stitchy light when I was away. And I've only been back for 5 days, 6 days. So, and all sorts of things have happened. So anyway, none of this happened, but that's okay. On the 7th, my project was a pine needle basket. And so I have the bottom of a pine needle basket. So I just need to continue on with this. And I really enjoy doing this. And I really want this basket. It has a red leather center. And I'm using a waxed thread. And pine needles that I got from across the street. We have very long pine needles here. On the 8th was a pine needle weaving. Now, I didn't do this on the 8th because I don't remember why. I did this later, but this is my pine needle weaving, which I like. I just need to weave in these ends and mount it. If you want to know how to mount textiles like this, I have a video up here. So I'm going to use that method of mounting. The 9th was unsuccessful. I was supposed to fix the shoulders on a shirt to kind of bring the shoulders in, and my idea didn't work. And so I would have needed to completely deconstruct the shirt to make it work. I wasn't doing that. So that was a fail. Sometimes you have fails. It's okay. The 10th, I don't have with me because it's in my Heaven and Earth Design project bag because I'm using those threads. It was to stitch on a black and white image that I transferred onto fabric using an iron-on, printable iron-on method like you do with like t-shirts and stuff. And I ended up making a little mushroom house and I love it so much. I'm going to do more with it, obviously, when I have time. But that is my ExperimAdvent for December 10th. The 11th was to stitch a landscape on burlap. And this is that. It's a little bit bent because, well, I bent it. I should not do that. There's my landscape. It is an ocean landscape. And so that was the 11th. The 12th was circular weaving based on this book that I got recently. Amazing Circular Weaving by Emily Nicolaides. I wasn't interested. I just didn't feel like it. I'm not feeling weaving right now. I'm hoping that I get back into it, but I'm just not super excited about weaving right now. And the point of this is for me to be excited about crafting again, right? That's the point. Ooh, the 13th was card weaving or tablet weaving. And this is what I ended up with. I made a band out of it, and it was really fun. And I definitely want to get back into that and try that out some more too when I have time. That's going to be super fun. And it's basically using square cards, in my case, square cards, to create a pattern in a band, a thin sort of band. So super exciting. December 14th was to adjust my belts. I had 4 belts that I wanted to adjust. 3 of them were too long. 1 of them was too short. So I fixed all of those. These are my 2 favorite ones, but I love them all. And I have been wearing the hands belt a lot. I love it. I have a really cool dress. Oh, you've seen my dress. I have a really cool like stained glass window dress, and I put that over it. It's a look. It's amazing. The 15th was a tea bag embroidery, and I made this moth, which I think was like that maybe. Yeah, like that. I made this moth. I just put it on linen. I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting idea. And I had mentioned that I was going to participate in a cyanotype on a tea bag art project. And I did my cyanotype on a tea bag last night, and it didn't work. And I lost it. And it was due yesterday. So I won't be part of that project, but maybe they'll do another one, which will be super fun. But in the meantime, I have this moth that I did on a tea bag. The 16th, I ended up doing later was to crochet a granny square. I got really into it. So I have 3 different kinds of granny squares here in a thicker weight. And then I picked the one I like the best and did it in a smaller weight with a lot of colors. And then I made a couple of really small ones that I'm going to figure out how to stitch together and make a headband out of them. So that was a huge success, and I'm really excited about granny squares. I didn't do anything on December 17th because I was driving all day, but the 18th was organic stitching on Chevis fabric. So Chevis of Chevy Real Stuff podcast sent me some cool fabric that she tie-dyed as an experiment for another project she was doing. And I decided to organically stitch on it. So this is where I got to. And it is 3 strands. And this is why I think I like 3 strands more on the flower fabric as well. But I love how this is coming out so far, and I'm really pleased. And I look forward to continuing with that as well. That is also usually lives in my Heaven and Earth design bag. The 19th, December 19th, was embroidering botanicals on paper. I make paper, and I make paper in order to embroider on it, not for anything else. And so I made 2 botanicals. I made a ginkgo leaf, and I made a little sprig of lavender, and the lavender sprig is on paper with lavender in it. I really like how these turned out. It's just nice and simple. And so these, I think, I'm going to frame these and put them on my gallery wall as well, when the gallery wall happens. The 20th had no crafting because I went to New York and I saw the Tudor exhibit at the Met, which was amazing. If you are in the area if you can get to New York, I think it closes on like the 6th or the 8th, go. It is so, so good, so worth it. So the 21st was Cyanotype, and then sort of cut it into strips and weave it into a bag, a cloth for a bag. And my idea was to have me and my nieces put our hands on the cyanotype in the sun, and our handprints would then be part of this bag. But that was the bitter cold. And so we just couldn't put our hands on it for long enough. And so it did not really take. You can see sort of some fingers, but not a lot. So I'm going to do this over again and come up with something else. I can reuse this fabric, so that'll be fine. And then the 22nd was to embroider on some shells, some sort of naturally shells with holes in them that I picked up on the Jersey Shore over the summer. But I'm a dumbass, and I only brought one with me that was not conducive to what I had in my mind. And so this is what it looks like. That's the front. That's the back. So again, I think this could be really fun, especially if I can like figure out how to incorporate some crochet into it. I think that would be really sweet. But for now, this is what I have. The 23rd was to Cyanotype leaves on fabric. And then these will eventually be a base for more organic stitching. And I really like them. These leaves have, again, naturally occurring holes in them. And so they made this really cool kind of swirly fabric, which I like. The final thing I did was fabric pastels and stitching. These are the fabric pastels, and they live right here. So I'll put them back while I'm here. And I made this silly little bird. It looks like a 5-year-old. Can't color in the lines, but he's sweet, and he'll probably end up on my wall, and it's fine. So that is all of my ExperimAdvent stitching. ExperimAdvent projects. And overall, it was so much fun. I got excited almost every time I opened one up because I put things in that I wanted to do. So it was really nice. And I put things in that I already had the stuff for, so it didn't cost me anything. And I could just like create a thing. And that was really nice. And I think I've been feeling kind of uncreative and uninspired because I was just really working on my 2 big projects, which were my Heaven and Earth design and my temperature drink shelf. I didn't do my Heaven and Earth design lady and the unicorn at all in December. And I think that was a really good thing. So I'm kind of excited to pick that up again. I'll start with the lady, which is right above the monkey. Anyway, you'll see it next time I show it. But it was really nice to like do different things. I'm very multi-craftual, and I need to embrace that side of me. That's all. I was going to go through all the Advent gifts, but I think I'm not going to. And instead, I am going to show you a picture of the final pattern stitched. So she posted Leanne from Forbidden Fiber Co. posted on Instagram, and this is what it looks like. And it's super cute, and I have all the materials to do it. So that may be a start at some point because it is really cute, but I'm not sure. So we'll see what happens with that. But I got a lot of really fun things. If you want to see what I got, you can watch, throughout the week. Or I'm sure she has posted it on Instagram. I don't know for sure. I haven't checked, but I'm sure someone has posted it on Instagram. It's the Forbidden Fiber Co. Advent Calendar. And it was Polar Express themed. But I'm not going to go through all that. I'm almost at an hour now. I'm planning on cutting out a lot of it because it's nonsense. But it's still a long video. And we're going to end up our video with the giveaways. So along with my ExperimAdvent, I also wanted to thank you all for coming along with me on this Flosstube journey. I'm so thankful for you all. And so I wanted to give back to my subscribers and my viewers. And I did that with giveaways in each of my Flossmasses. And I do want to explain the way we're going to do this is it's 20-ish different people. I'm not going to hunt people down for their addresses. What I have is a Google form in the description box down below. It'll be called the Flossmas giveaway form. And if you are a winner, please fill out that form. And that will give me your address. It will give me all the information I need so I can send out your packages. The packages it will take me a little while to get these out. I have this thing about the post office where I don't like going and I don't like bringing too many packages at once. So this will be sort of 3 or 4 trips. So my goal is to have them all sent out by Valentine's Day. I'll keep you posted in my Flosstubes. I'm not going to pressure myself for this. None of it is time sensitive. A lot of it is Christmas stuff, so you're not going to need it anyway. And I do want to talk about my process for choosing. I was able to get a different person for each prize, which is awesome. And for the most part, the first person who came up was a new person. But in some cases it wasn't. And so I basically just kept running the random comment picker until I found someone who hadn't won something. And that only happened maybe 4 times, which is pretty good for, you know, this number of prizes. So I took screenshots of all of the winners. So I'll put them up here and I will do my best to pronounce your names. So our first day leading us out was this teal spool ornament. And the winner of that was Julie Chiyuki. Siyuki. I'm so sorry, Julie, that I just butchered your name in all the different ways. But I hope that getting this cute ornament in the mail will mollify you and you will forgive me for ruining your name. But, you know, fill out the form down below and I hope you will forgive me for butchering your name. Two is this little white tree, little white bottle brush tree. And the winner of this is Sweet Stitches by Lore. I'm assuming it's Laura or Lauren. So congratulations. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Day 3 was this almost olivey kind of rustic spool, which I really love. And this is going to my friend Charla Breckbill. Charla, congratulations. I know I've sent you things before. Fill out that form anyway. I don't keep anybody's addresses. I don't want that kind of responsibility. So if you'd fill out the form, that'd be awesome. And thank you as always for your constant support. Number 4 was this bee scissors fob. And this goes to Teresa Chuckle. And that may also not be how you pronounce your name. I always pronounce it in my mind as Chuckle, but it could be something else. So if I butchered it, I apologize, but you know who you are and I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm going to send this out to you. The 5th is this really, really bright pink spool. And this goes to Tyra J. Tyra, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you very much. Fill out that Google form. And I will send you a bright ass pink spool. 6 is this little green tree with a little bit of flocking. And it is slightly tealish. It's greener than it's showing up in my camera. But this goes to Deborah B. Deborah, thank you so much for your support. And fill out that Google form and I'll send that out to you. Number 7 is this dark blue, almost purple spool. I mean, it could go either way. And this goes to Books and the Moon. Books and the Moon. This is for you. Fill out my Google form. Number 8 is this little yellow tree. God, I love this I love these little tiny trees. They're kind of amazing. And this goes to Nurse Lolly Laura Polly. So thank you, Laura, for your support. So 9 is the silver spool. And this goes out to Mary Ann Stoner. Mary Ann, thank you so much for your support and for watching my channel and commenting and being so kind. This goes out to you. So fill out my Google form. The 10th is a sewing machine scissors fob. And this goes out to Lavery Wendy. I think that's how, Lavery Wendy. I'm assuming your name is Wendy. So please fill out my Google form and I will send this out to you. Number 11 is this black spool with the red. So if you're a buffalo check person, this was for you. And the winner is Karen Caldro. And Karen, I hope that you are a buffalo check person because you're getting a red and black spool ornament. 12 is this pink ombre tree. And this goes to Marley. So Marley, thank you so much for watching and fill out that Google form and I will send this out to you. 13 is this gold ornament. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty gold. It's not like metallic gold, but it's definitely not just yellow. And this goes out to the Divine Femme. The Divine Femme. So if you would fill out my Google form and I will send this out to you. Number 14 is this heavily flocked green tree, which is a little bit bigger, which is also adorable, I think, if I do say so myself. And this goes out to Teresa Forster. Teresa, I know that I've sent you, I know you've won something from me before. Please fill out the Google form anyway. I don't save any of that stuff. This red spool is the 15th. And this goes to Laura Gaspa. Laura, thank you so much for your support and for watching my videos. And I hope you love your red and green spoolie ornament. The 16th is this more steampunky scissor fob with the clocks and the keys. And this goes to Megan. That's all I have. So it's just Megan. This is what you look like. So if that's you, please, I know a lot of Megans, so I'm not sure which Megan it is. So please fill out my Google form with all of your information so I can get this out to you. The 18th, yeah, we didn't have anything on the 17th. So the 18th is this teal tree, and it goes to Sally Ann Cole. Sally Ann, you want a teal tree. Thanks so much for your support and for watching my channel. You guys are so great. I really appreciate you all so much. And the nice thing is that, like, I recognize, like, all these names because you are, like, part of my community and you talk to me, and hearts. The 19th was this really blush, very light blush pink, and it's showing up peach. It's definitely pink, but it's a light blush pink. And this goes to Barbara Bryce. Barbara, thank you for watching, and please fill out my Happy Mail form, the Google form down below, so I can get that out to you. The Teapot Scissors Fob is this, and this goes to Diana Williams. Diana, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this scissors fob. Just fill out the Google form down below, and I will get this out to you. 23 is another olive green sort of rustic spool ornament, and this goes to Sarah King from Our Stitching Kingdom. Thank you, Sarah, for always being such a kind and generous force in the Flosstube community. You are amazing, and give me your deets so I can send this to you as a thank you. Day 24, the 24th, this is the Christmas Eve, was another white tree, and this goes to Terry Hall. Terry, again, I know I have your address. Well, I know you've given me your address before, but I don't keep that stuff, so fill out the form anyway, please. This is for you. And last but not least, on the 25th, I decided to give away, it has a little bit of lavender from my paper. I decided to give away the needlebook that I made in my needlebook making tutorial, an embroidery tutorial, which I will put up here, the needlebook making part. So I thought I'd give it away because I don't need two needlebooks, and I have the original that I made. So I thought I'd give this out, and I wasn't sure if anyone was interested. And this got the most entrants. Friends, thank you so much. I really appreciate, like, it really sort of like warmed the cockles of my heart. I don't know what a heart cockle is. But they're warm. They're warm, damn it. So this got like 28 people who wanted this, and it just gave me all the feels. And this goes to Kitty Pittman. So Kitty Pittman, thank you so much. You get a needlebook, a handmade, hand-stitched needlebook by me. This face. So fill out the Google form below, and I will get this out to you. Whew. And that's it. This actually isn't nearly as long as I thought it was going to be, mostly because I'd already done all of the comment picking yesterday, because that took about an hour. It was ridiculous because I couldn't remember what everything was, and so I had to go through my videos. So I want to wish you all a happy new year. I hope that your 2023 is better than 2022. And if 2022 is fantastic, I still hope that 2023 is just a better year for everybody. We've had a lot of collective trauma the past few years, and I hope that we can move out of that and start healing. And for me anyway, you all are a big part of that. So I really appreciate your time watching my videos, your time commenting. I am still working my way through comments because of the giveaways. There were just a massive number of comments. And thank you all so much for your kind words about my birthday. I had a really nice birthday. I basically just stitched. Oh, I did have some technical issues with that video. That video took way longer than it should have to post. But I had a great birthday. I had a sort of a group birthday party with some friends 2 other friends, one whose birthday is today actually, and one whose birthday is the day before mine. And so we had sort of a joint birthday party on Friday, which was super fun. That's where I got this champagne. And yeah, cheers to a new year with new possibilities, new adventures, and new amazingness. And I'm out of wine. I think that's my cue to go. So I want to thank you all for joining me. If you won something, please fill out my form, my Google form down below, and I will get that out to you in the next couple months. If you're interested in getting history delivered to you during the month, please join my Patreon. If you like what you saw today and want to hang out with me more, please subscribe to my channel. And I will hopefully organize a whip parade in the next couple of weeks. When the whip parades have died down, it's a little overwhelming at the moment, so I may give it a couple weeks. But I will see you for a normal Flosstube next weekend. I'm babbling now, so I want to say thanks for watching. Please take good care of yourselves and have a good one. Bye.